All right, here we are. GLF 17, the 2024 Championship Tournament. Goal Line Football didn't have a lot to offer the top seed in 2024 for their accomplishment. We couldn't get them a home game or the championship game in their area. So we're giving them an exclusive podcast, and they were also given the opportunity to pick their opponent and start time for the 2024 championship.
First off, we're going to start by letting them introduce themselves. Who do we got in the room today?
How's it going, guys? This is actually the new number 5, former number 15, quarterback of the Mud Dogs, Brock Miller.
This is Arthur Tijarina, center for the Mud Dogs, number 0.
And last but not least, it's your big number 4, the man who everybody likes to watch. It is Dave Butler.
Hey, so we got the Mud Dogs 6-0 in 2024, 11-0 in their last 11 games. They haven't been beat in over a calendar year. Their competition, they've walked through them in the 2024 season. They've chosen their first round opponent, the Hellhounds. The first round is going to be the 29ers versus the Vibes, with the winner playing the winner of the Hellhounds Mud Dogs. Let's talk a little bit about that first game, the 29ers versus the Vibes. They're gonna be your opponent in the second round. What do you guys think about that matchup, and who are you guys going to see in the second round?
The Vibes 29ers. I would have to say, I want to say their center, the Vibes center. I don't really remember his name. But I'm giving him his credit. He's a dog. It was a very good game against him when we played him. So I think the Vibes are going to have a very good chance of beating the 29ers if that center shows up. And honestly, they had a good couple of receivers too. So I'll give them their cookie here, I guess. They're pretty good.
That'd be Adam Scott, number 99, I believe you're talking about.
Yeah, he gave me a run for my money a little bit. He was a great player, very physical. Man, he can rip through a tackle. I'll give you that. So the 29ers got to see if they can stop him, and they might win that. But if they don't, that's gonna be a mission.
Yeah, no, Adam Scott's a game changer. We've given him the honors of the 2024 Rookie of the Year. Nobody came out and made as big of an impact as Adam. And so he's got that accolade. But yeah, go ahead, guys.
So the Vibes, very great guys. The way I started coming off, from where we started from the ground up, I've always liked them. I like that they're passionate. I like their aggressiveness. They always played great football as well. Love every last one of them. And I just really I think they have a lot of potential. I think they're going to overcome this one. Might be a great game. Some might get punched in the mouth. Some may have the bad game, So, but I can see the Vibes kind of giving out, the best that they always do, even though, they have their ups and downs. So, as far as the 29ers, they're all right. I'll give them their talent. I would never drop anyone's talent out. So, but they got a lot to overcome as of a person before the sport, and it's a lot that they let go over their head, which doesn't matches with their game, and they can't become a team. So there's some little pieces that they have to pick up, but I will say the Vibes will finish it out.
Okay. What are you thinking, bro?
Honestly, that one's going to be, I think, a shootout probably. Both of them have very good offenses. I feel like the Vibes have probably the more overall talented team with the groups that we've seen out there, especially as they all come together. I think their biggest struggle is who's going to be that leader of the team. They got a lot of dogs out there on the field, but I don't really see someone that takes control and can kind of control them. It's a kind of like wild chaos. If the team's hot, they're doing great. If shit hits the fan, then, it's all going downhill from there. My opinion, though, just from an outsider looking in, I've been watching the film, they got to let number 14 cook. I mean, he stepped in at quarterback, and I felt like did a really good job when he was in there. And then all of a sudden, there'll be a quarterback change or this and that. I'm like, you got to select one quarterback and let him kind of take control and run that team. And that's where I feel the Vibes kind of lack. They're still trying to figure out who's going to be that main guy that's running the ship.
No, I agree. Yeah, number 14, Tyrion Jones. He's dedicated. He shows up every game. They don't have to worry about whether Tyrion's coming. I agree. They need to invest into a quarterback, and I think the guy who shows up regularly would be the guy to invest in. Yeah,
and from talking with him and stuff, after the game and everything like that, he's not really like a me-ball kind of person, He's very humble and kind of, puts the team first. He'll do what he's got to do to help the team. I feel like that's the best qualities you can have in a quarterback. So I feel like he'd be probably the best man for the job. As for the 29ers, they pretty much have the two-headed monster. They have Steven and they got Shaka. But if you can contain one of them and manage the other, then you have a chance to win the game. So it's just going to be how well the Vibes can control their defense and controlling those guys and not letting them, explode big. But in my opinion, it's going to come down championship game. You kind of have to go with the vets. And I feel that the 29ers have more vets on the team with Shaka and Steven kind of leading the way. They have that leadership plan. So I think they're going to steal the first one from them in a close one. Probably putting my money on it, probably goes down to the 7th or 8th series on that.
Hey, I mean, really, honestly, it's so hard to pick a winner whenever you got teams that are playing so equal. Whenever it comes to points per game, they're almost equal. Whenever it comes to their defenses, it's almost equal. So, yeah, you're right. It's going to come down to the very end, that's for sure. And the Vibes, they're exciting. They can turn it up at the end. They score a lot of their points in the second half of the game. So, I'm
gonna get my money line boost here, and I'll say Steven breaks off a big run to win the game at the end.
Steven breaks off the big run. I think actually we got that on video. I think we've seen Steven break off the big run for the win against the Vibes once already this season. So it wouldn't be a surprise is what I'm saying. Yeah, let's talk about the big game, the one that matters most to you guys. The game that you guys selected. Again, goal line football doesn't offer a lot to the number one seed right now whenever it comes to home games and championship games. But you got to select your first round opponent. Was there a reason why you took the Hellhounds? Did you see them as the biggest competition to get them out of the way? Or did you see them as light work?
I'll start off with that one. I can honestly say that is a great question and a great answer as well. They have a lot more potential compared to how everyone else sums up their game, and they are very, very competitive. There are some things we have to get around them. So I would love to get that out the way, but you know how we are. We can finish it, but things can happen and mistakes can be made. So I love the start of the pick of the Hellhounds actually.
I'm gonna say this is that the Hellhounds have always been a good team. They've always played very, very well. Honestly, I think we picked them because they match us a lot, what we try to do and what we try to perform at a level. So I think we picked them because we want to have that big showdown of who's the heaviest hitters and who's the real dog in that fight, because they've always been a great competitor towards us. The first time I was on the field for the Mud Dogs, we played them, and they played very, very hard to the last minute of the game. So I'll give them that.
What about you, Brock?
As team owner and captain, kind of the final decision kind of came down to me on this one after talking with my team and everything, getting their input. But I have a lot of respect for Chris and the organization that he's kind of running there. And hate to say it, we're kind of those quarterback rivalry. We respect one another, but on game day, we're going to be talking the most trash to one another. But in all honesty, the reason I picked them is, it came down to the wire, our last championship game where we took the win on the last drive against them. And just, I feel like if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. And Chris's team has always been better their first game than their second game. And I feel like this is the best opportunity to prove that we are the best team in goal line football. I want to see Chris's team, the best he's brought, game one. So there's no excuses. At the end of the day, we're the better team over the Hellhounds.
That's honorable. That's how you achieve what you're trying to achieve. And I wish you the best luck on that. And I think the Hellhounds are a strong team. Whenever it comes to the numbers, points per game, you're just scoring a couple more than them. It's on the defense. The defense, they're allowing nearly 40 points a game, where the Mud Dogs are only allowing 23. And that's really what it's going to boil down to. Chris is going to get the guys to play defense and to slow you guys down. Again, both of you guys are going to be fresh. It's going to be your first game of the day. It's going to be, I think they call it mano a mano. So, the best team will definitely win. And I really think whoever wins that game's probably going to win the 2024 championship. But the other teams hearing that, I'm sure they have something to say or show us on the field on Sunday. Other than that, I want to give you guys an opportunity to reflect back on 2024, the journey, the 6-0. You guys can take it back to July 2023, whenever your 11-0 journey started. We just want to hear from the Mud Dogs.
Before we get to that stuff, kind of want to feed off what you were just saying and stuff. And pretty much you're right. I feel like the winner of the championship game is going to come out of us versus the Hellhounds. And that's another reason why I selected the Hellhounds and stuff, because both 29ers and Vibes are very emotional teams. So I feel the best bet, beating the best, when they're the best in the Hellhounds, but also that second championship game matchup and stuff, depending on how that first matchup goes, both sides might be heated. One might be, stressed over refs and whatnot. And football is, 80% mental, like they say. And if they're already coming into the game mentally frustrated and, disorganized, that's just going to make that championship game that much easier for us.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so again, I could edit out any of the long pauses, no big deal. We'll adjust our voices here real quick. And I'll just let you guys go ahead and tell us, how you feel about the 2024 season, the way it went down. And, just whatever you want to say. This is your moment in time. And I'll just let you guys have the floor, and we'll edit it to then.
Well, I'll start off with a little, not so much to say about it. We all know how it goes, how it went. Some things were made, some things were switched, and we done a lot of pouting. We've done a lot of, aggressiveness to how things we didn't like that worked. But as long as we came out to give our all, show the league what we were here for, and most of all of this league is to have fun, which we all love to do, not just us. So I can say this season is actually very, very, very tough. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of emotions. It's a few of us that have a lot to prove. So, that's why it's so much head bumps and double headers. And, we really didn't have it like that. So it's actually a great ride, by the way. Something that I really like. I feed off of, which makes my talent a lot better. So, and I'm really enjoying the 2024, and I can't wait on the 20th or whoever comes our way.
I love it.
Just to feed off of that, for me, joining the Mud Dogs this season and seeing what they did last year, I wasn't able to join them last year due to some things that happened, but joining them this year, seeing what they did last year, and just wanting to build off of that and continue what the standard was for the Mud Dogs. I wanted to make sure we continued that, and I contribute in doing that as well. So I think our season, it was a very, very tough season as well, like Dave said, but I think we carried ourselves very well. I think we carried our performance very well, and it just shows on every score what we did and how we proved it. And so I think we still got more to prove. I think the job is not done and not near as done. We have 2 games that we need to prove, and we need to handle business. And so that's the focus right now. But I would say our season's not over yet. It's barely beginning.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to take it back a little bit further and stuff, and, starting the Mud Dogs and joining the GLF, and started off with just, 5 of us going down Palm Springs, and just seeing what we can do, getting close on a couple championships, ended up winning one the first year we joined it with only 5 guys, and it kind of just set that tone. I know me and Dave were probably our biggest 2 and some of our biggest hitters on that squad, and just going back home, you're like, what, we can do it with this. We can really create a dynasty here with the right recruitment, and that's when we started reaching out to our friends that were pretty much like our family, and we started building that brotherhood bond that the Mud Dogs are. And that's pretty much what we're all about. We're about brotherhood, being there for one another, And at the end of the day, pretty much we're all family. We all got each other's backs, and we'll go to war for one another. We don't ever play me ball. I think everybody's on the same page. Yeah, it's nice. We have a lot of great runners: Dave, Dante, Aaron, myself at quarterback. Even though I feel like a lot of my highlights are in slow motion there. But we're not really going for that MVP of the league or one person to stand above the team. I think our group goal is, get those rings at the end of the season and get as many of us on the MVP list, not just one of us.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and whenever you talk about MVPs, you guys have a selection of MVPs to hand the ball to. Brock's even picked up an MVP award. Football's a team sport, but there's also always those individuals that stand out. And, Arthur Arthur does have a nominee for Catch of the Year. Dav has a Catch of the Year.
That's great.
Brock's the one throwing those balls. So, yeah, I mean, the Mud Dogs, I'm never one to pick a winner. That's not really what I like to do. I just like to see good games. But it's going to take something special to beat the Mud Dogs. They're going to really have to put it together. It always goes back to, the Mud Dogs are really the only team that can beat the Mud Dogs. So I'm excited. I really am. I can't wait for October 20th and to declare a 2024 champion.
And that's exactly our mentality as we're going to go into this. We got to play Mud Dog football. We play our game. A lot of people are going to go into this thinking, oh, they're going to run this, oh, they're going to do that. We've been practicing every week, or for the moments like this, like we say on the chats and stuff like that. It's another day at work, but this is where the work pays off. And like I said, what AJ said, we're not done yet. We got 2 more games, and our goal is to come out there and play the best Mud Dog football we have all season. And I feel like the only way someone's going to beat us is if we shy away from that and we stop playing our game and start playing theirs.
Wow. The Mud Dogs have a lot of fans, and there's a lot of people that are cheering for you. And I just want to give you guys a chance to sign off here. We've taken a lot of time from the listeners, and anyone who's stuck around this long, we definitely appreciate it. And just like to give the Mud Dogs a chance to sign off. And man, I'm just stoked is the only word.
First off, I would like to say thank you for this league, for showing me, and giving me an opportunity. I really can't wait. Just as you said, I really can't wait till October 20th. Head-to-head games on and off the field. I hope we are all great as people and great on the field as players. And I would like to say, at the end of the day, Mud Dogs are coming. So whoever it is, be ready, be prepared, and you guys know what we're here for.
I'm not going to really do much talking off of this, but all I'm going to say is I hope we all bring our A game. I hope we all stay healthy and we have a good game, clean game. And, I'm just ready for October 20th. Can't wait for it, man. Can't wait for it. And I appreciate the league and what you guys have done for us, too, as players. So, like I said, I'm here to put on a show for you, man. I'm here to help y'all out.
First off, guys, thank and shout out to the GLF, for having us part of the organization and being one of the teams. I got to thank all the teams, for coming together, sticking through the seasons. It's a dogfight. It's a lot of sacrifices, putting in the work, the toll it takes on your bodies, and the travel and time and effort away from your families and stuff. So everybody in the league, shout outs to you. And off of family and whatnot, a lot of you guys that might not know me and stuff, that's the main reason I have changed my number from 15 to 5 is to symbolize my family and the sacrifices they make for me to be a part of GLF. So we're going to go out there, put on the best show that we can for the GLF, but we're also gonna leave a shadow of doubt who the best team is. Our goal every single game, put as many points on the board and don't let them score any. And at the end of the day, my plan is for Mud Dogs to bring another ring home to our organizations. I'm going to give this one to my baby girl, so when she's older, she can look and say, my dad got me that in the second championship game in the GLF, his second ring out of many future ones to come.
I like it. Goal Line Football, signing off.